All right. So, what did you see from Kane's camp yesterday? What stood out to you?
Well, I think number one, they're in pads for the first time yesterday. That was kind of noteworthy. They're still not hitting, and I want to explain to people that even with these new NCAA rules, the reality is they're only going to tackle guys twice. That's in both of the scrimmages. So we know the scrimmage is going to be this Sunday. I would say this. I think they're a deeper football team than they were a year ago at some positions. I think they're really deep at receiver now, right? And we were always worried about the receiver position.
Right.
I think they're deeper in the secondary. I think Tyreek Stevenson is going to be a beast in that defense. He's a real physical, strong NFL type corner. But I still have concerns. I still think, up front, I like the D tackles. I think defensive end is a natural concern. We got to figure out who's going to get to the quarterback, and is Miami going to be able to put enough pressure on teams with the guys that they have there? There's talent. The question is, can they provide what Jalen Phillips did? And he's a first round pick. I don't know that anybody individually is going to get close to being what Jalen Phillips was last year.
Well, you talked about Tyreek, but do the Canes have the kind of secondary that can be served? I mean, I don't think any secondary can be served up for seconds at a time if you can't get to the quarterback. So that's the other thing. What kind of a secondary is this? Because it hasn't been a great secondary the last couple of years. And if you don't get a pass rush, my Lord, that secondary better be at its best all day long.
Well, what I'll tell you is they're more experienced than they were the last 2 years. Okay, you got Stevenson, who's at least played in the SEC at Georgia. He only started 4 games for Georgia, but he was on the field. He had a role. Corey Couch came on at the end of last year. I know the bowl game, he got a bunch of penalties, but I thought he was Miami's best corner last year. And then I really think DJ Ivey has taken his game up, another level. He looks like a senior should look, at this point. I don't think he makes many mistakes. I think he's got the NFL on his mind. He wants to have a great year. So to me, I think they've got 3 solid corners that are better than what they had last year. I think, guys were at a different level last year. Corey Couch was just sort of coming up last year in the middle of the year. And then, obviously you have Al Blades, who you're still hopeful that you're going to be able to get something out of him after everything he's been through the last year with, COVID, myocarditis, the stress fracture to his groin. I mean, he's coming along slowly. Bubba Bolden, I think he's going to be better too. The experience of playing last year, you don't have Amari Carter playing safety anymore. He was the guy that was killing you, getting the targeting calls. They moved him in the box, and you can tell that that's going to make a difference for him. It's a lot harder to get a targeting penalty when you've only got 5 yards to hit a guy versus 20 yards where you're sprinting.
But some tells me that if somebody can do it, Amari Carter is the guy. He is the guy. He's the expert at that. I mean, he should be marketing that. I mean, that's how good he turned into that.
Yeah, Target should have hired him, right, with an NIL deal there.
I mean, he has targeted so many people. I hear Billy Corbin is going to do a movie on him for targeting so many. He's targeted more people than the drug mafia has over the years here in South Florida.
Big O, you know what the shame is? Amari Carter is one of the sweetest guys. Like, in terms of just being a nice dude. I like you enjoy talking to him when you interview him, and it's just such a shame. I feel for him that he hasn't figured out that you shouldn't lead with your head.
Let's call him the Sweet Ninja then. I mean,
Sweet Ninja. There you go.
Right? Amari Carter, the Sweet Ninja. I mean, man.